It is Monday afternoon, and I am currently getting ready for the Lisa Frankenstein shoot. Pull my cord back here. I've pulled some different pieces, like this vintage red little stitching bustier, and I thought for the Frankenstein theme that would be really fun. Pulled this black bustier, and I'm going to be layering it over the pieces that I previously showed that I pulled, as well as, here, let me move this, as well as these pieces that I pulled as well. So I am going to get all of these ready. They will be here soon, and fingers crossed, all goes well and everything turns out amazing. I also pulled aside some jewelry, this crown, just to add a little bit to it. And then I also have this black hat that I forgot I had. A friend gave it to me a while ago. And just to add that 80s pop to it, I just added a little flower so we can easily take that off or on. So I hope I'm prepared. I think I am. I think I've got it. Good morning. It is currently Tuesday, and I was running a little late today. I didn't get into the shop as early as I wanted to, but I have, again, as per usual, a lot to do today. I don't know if you can see behind me. I have some mannequins and a lot of stuff to put away from when we redid the windows for Halloween over the weekend. Sunday night, I was hungry, I was tired, so I thought I'll just put everything away. Tuesday morning, but I'm running late, so I have to quickly get that done. And then I've got a lot of editing to do today from when I had the shoot with Joe over the weekend, and just getting all of my ducks in a row today. So we're gonna hop right into it, and I'm going to organize, redo some of the in-store shop mannequins, and just get through today. So let's do it. All right, so I've been working away at my list this morning, and now I'm going to re-steam this gorgeous, very fall orange maxi dress that was in the front window, and I'm gonna put it up on that front mannequin with the little mini dress. Now, I swapped around some of the mannequins, and these two were in the front window. I just zhuzhed them up a little bit, put them there for now, have the Halloween window. Gonna steam this beauty and get it out. And then next on the docket is going to be putting away all of the stuff from the Lisa Frankenstein shoot that we had yesterday. So let's just keep chipping away. All right, so now that I have a quiet minute, I am going to unpack and put away all of the pieces from the shoot yesterday and do some interesting maneuvering to get them back in their spots. And then from there, I'm gonna start tackling, like I've been saying for the past week, the pieces on this rack that need to be priced and tagged and steamed. It goes without saying I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but I can, little by little, every day, every week, I'll get it done, and I won't have an anxiety attack every time I come back here. Okay, so I just had one of my regulars drop off a bin of vintage clothing, mainly menswear, for me to look through. It's about an hour and a half until the end of the day, and I'm gonna start to pick through this, see if there's anything I'm interested in, and go from there. Now, obviously I've had a lot of buying appointments lately, so it's getting to the point in the year where I have to be extremely picky and discerning about what vintage pieces I am going to accept, if any, because I don't want to get too overloaded. My goal for the end of the year is always to sell through as much as I can and start fresh. But if it's something really, really good that I can't let go of, that's another story. Okay, it is the end of a very long day. I'm very ready to go home and not people for the entire night. But before I left, I wanted to quickly poke around in this box, see if there's anything I'm interested in or not. So maybe this box can lift my spirits a bit. We'll see. All right, so far it's been, some t-shirts, some women's blouses. So far, not really anything that I am looking for right now. I'm not a huge t-shirt person in the store. Just not my aesthetic. This one is interesting though. It's not something I'm gonna buy, but the story behind it, so there's Johnny Lang, and if you're from the Midwest, you've probably heard of him. I think his genre was blues. He started off very, very young. It's interesting because there was a bar here, well, not right here in Fargo, but over in Moorhead, called the Treetop. And it was this really cool retro bar at the very top of this tall building over the river. And my grandparents, who were travel agents in downtown Fargo, would go there all the time after work, meet up with coworkers, clients. And my grandpa was at the bar, and he looked down the bar a bit, and he saw this young boy at the counter, said he couldn't have been more than 13 to 16, just obviously very young, and went up to the bartender and said, I just don't think it's right that, you allow kids in here this young. He's too young to be in here. the bartender said, well, that's actually Johnny Lang. He's going to be playing a show tonight. So that's always a fun story to listen to. It's really cool. I haven't seen anything Johnny Lang related in a while, so that's kind of a fun little memory. We've got some silky pajamas. Gonna pop those over here. See what this is. I love the pattern on it. It's the hard part is that these are short sleeve. These are really more for spring and summer, and I don't have the room to buy any spring and summer. So far, some interesting things, but I have to be very, very picky. Yeah, as with a lot of things in this box, a lot of things are contemporary. This would fall under more of the category of secondhand or pre-loved. Not vintage, from what I can see. I mean, there are some nice pieces, but not really anything the shop style or what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to quickly finish the rest of this box and then I can go home. So now the woman that brought this in, I told her that right now I was really only buying menswear. And there's some menswear in here. There is a lot of women's mixed in. This one appears to be from the 1970s. This is kind of like a men's disco shirt, and I love it, but can't really see. I don't have anyone here to hold this, but it's a really, really small size, and there is some damage to it, like some snags, pilling, a little bit of discoloration. Can't really pull up any of it. There's some holes, if you can see right here. And I know the woman I've purchased pieces from before that these came from, she's a collector. These pieces do mean a lot to her. So when it comes to that, if I know I can't give someone the price that they're probably looking for, I don't want to insult them by taking things if I don't really have a connection to them. So unfortunately, this one is probably going to be a no. Now, I don't know what decade this is from, but I do think this is really interesting. It's this vintage rainbow lurex men's vest. And again, I like it. There aren't any tags in it, but it looks like it's probably from the 80s or 90s. So this might be a maybe. Now this is a really nice 1970s, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4-piece set. I do really like this one. It does have some conditional issues. It has some pulls, some discolorations. I really, really do love the back though. Sets are really hard for me because I don't like breaking pieces up, but selling them as an entire set is extremely, extremely difficult. But yeah, there are some conditional issues, and the more buying appointments I do, there are people that I get to know. I get to know how they process, what they want to price things at. And I know through my talks with her, this would be a suit that she would probably want full retail. What I would sell retail for her wholesale. And that would just be probably too much for me. It's a cool set, but right now when I'm purchasing things, I don't need any more. I'm technically really good and done buying for the season. So it has to be something that I know I'm never going to see again, impeccable condition, just something that makes my jaw drop. And for right now, none of these pieces really are it. And you know, sometimes I get buying appointments like that. I have to be very, very picky, and I let some things go, but they'll find their home eventually. It just for now is not going to be with me. Good morning. It is Wednesday. Got to shop early today, and I am going to start finally pricing the rest of these winter coats. They've all been tagged and are ready to go. Just need to price them. Some of them need a little bit of steaming, and then they are good to go. Now, this is the point in the year where I always struggle with when to start putting out all of my winter coats. mainly because once they sell through, that's it. I don't buy winter coats in the winter. Just like in regular retail, you buy a season before. So a good majority of these, with the exception of what I got from a recent buying appointment, have been here since last summer, waiting to come out now. So we're gonna hop right in, get all of these priced, ready to go, and start transitioning all of the summer and spring stuff off the floor and get a lot of these beauties on it. Okay, so this isn't the best view, but today I am going through different templates for our next cardigan and just playing around with different colors, different shapes. We do all of this designing ourselves. My partner Charles does the drawings, I do the formatting and the actual designing of the cardigan, and that's one of the things that takes the longest. Again, just playing around with different designs, different spacing, colors. We wanted to do something with a retro print that I feel like would be a lot more palatable for different audiences than something super specific like our DB Cooper one, which as of filming this, we only have 2 left. It's insane. I am so excited how people have really embraced those sweaters and love them, because they were definitely a risk, because I didn't think a lot of people knew who DB Cooper was, but we wanted to do something a little different for this next one, so we're still playing around with it. We're trying not to rush ourselves. It's not quantity, it's the quality of the design and what we're doing. So I'm gonna tinker around with that today while I have a minute and see what we can come up with. So I promised myself I was gonna get a lot of stuff done today. So I finished pricing obviously all of those winter coats. I've been working on our new cardigan and finally mending this 1940s beauty, so I can finally get it up on the website and up for auction if I feel like. So getting through all of the projects today, trying to keep myself motivated and in it. It's one of those days where it's a really hard day mentally for a lot of reasons, and I'm trying just to stay focused on what I love, which is vintage, and not let all of the other crap in. So I'm gonna just keep trucking. Good morning. It is currently Thursday, and I got a lot done yesterday, shockingly. So today I'm just gonna keep going with it. I am gonna start steaming a lot of pieces that I have in back that need to go out on the floor, and just keep knocking some of these projects out. I've been working on getting all of the winter coats out. It's a lot cooler here in Fargo this week, so I feel like this is a perfect time to start getting a lot of those pieces out on the floor and out of my back room. So we are gonna jump right into it and see how much of this we can get knocked out. All right, so last night I separated out all of the pieces that are gonna go right onto the floor that just need a quick steam. And yesterday I sold a lot of vintage lingerie. So some of these pieces I'm just gonna get steamed, priced, put out. Finally gonna get this Ralph Lauren sweater dress out and a bunch of other things. I love just having these pieces in back that I can keep sorting through and putting out at my leisure and not feeling like I have to get everything out at once. But I've been breaking down a lot of the winter wear, and I'm gonna get a lot of these out today too. And I'm getting closer to my goal of breaking down one of these racks and freeing up my backroom space. All right, so I got done with all of my steaming and pricing. So excited, and surprise, I got the first looks at the Lisa Frankenstein shoot we did on Monday. Shannon sent over the file. I'll post a teaser of this on our Instagram tomorrow, which will be Friday. But I already went through, looked at everything, and as per usual, Shannon knocked it out of the damn park. I mean, as I knew she would. I am so excited. I'll show you a couple of little peeks, and then at the end of the video, I'll show a few more photos in their entirety, and I'll link our lookbook down below so you can take a look at all the photos on our website. But I'm speechless. I'll zoom in on this one of my favorites. Oh, I love it. Again, you can't see it well on my computer, but I'll show this at the end, but you can see Norman Bates just being a creep in the background. Pretty sure in a previous life, he was a creeper. And again, hard to see on my computer, but here are some from outside. And you gotta stay tuned and watch at the end of the video to see the photos in their entirety. And then again, check in the description box if you want a link to our lookbook to see all of the photos. All right, so it's later in the day on Friday. Didn't film this morning. It's been kind of a hectic day, and we're about an hour and a half away from close, and I wanted to pop in and show some pieces that we just got in. And my goal is to always make the archive and all of the pieces we use in our photo shoots as inclusive as we can. And that means I try to find pieces that can fit a variety of body shapes, sizes, and different looks, different colors. So I found this really great lot of plus size vintage lingerie and slips, and these are ones I'm keeping for the archive. I did put some out on the sale floor. I'm hoping this weekend I can get them photographed, but for now this will do. But beautiful fuchsia, black, stunning red sheer roses. It's really beautiful coral. They're all from the 90s. Need a little bit of steaming, but look at those colors. Absolutely love it. And for anybody interested, where I find a lot of these, just auction sites. This lot I found on eBay, and I had put it on my watch list, and it sat there for a little while and no one was buying it, so I pulled the trigger and did it. I absolutely love these, and I plan on using them for upcoming shoots. You can do a lot with them, and it's a little burst of color that I love. But I have been back here putting things away, getting things priced. It's been a pretty straightforward day today. I've had a lot of customers in, so doing things at the front of the shop, not able to get back here as much, but I was really excited. And of course I packed it up before I did a video, but the 1940s black, like rayon-y crepe dress with the row of amazing mother of pearl buttons, I was mending that the other day, put it up on eBay, and it sold in less than 24 hours. So it's on its way to its new home in California. I hope they love it just as much as the original owners did. I relisted this 1920s little cotton linen teddy on the eBay page. I needed to take better photos of it. So slowly we're working through a lot of these pieces, getting them back and organized, and then off to their new loving homes. But that's all that's really happened today, getting ready for a hectic weekend. So I'll try to pop in as much as I can, but just wanted to show some of the cool new updates that we got in.